The IRS has made some big announcements just recently, and I want to go over what those are. And I want to do that because right now, millions and millions of Americans are waiting for a little bit of relief simply because we continue to see prices are surging. Just look at this from today. Inflation rose by 2.9% in December. This is going the opposite direction. This is not helping anybody. But the IRS has actually given us some updates, some big announcements. One, $1,400 stimulus checks. Two, we now know the tax filing dates, which again are very important. And number three, there's some big changes to people that have a 401k and their employer does a match. So I'll break all this down in just a moment, explain what is going on and how this could potentially impact you. But before I do, all I ask is one thing. Takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates. And now let's begin. So let's get right down to it. First off, how many people are eligible for a $1,400 stimulus check, or what the IRS is calling their special payment? Well, look at this. It says the IRS special payments arrive by the end of January. Now, a lot of people are questioning, are they going to get one? Well, let me just answer that. Right now, the IRS has already sent out the majority of these stimulus checks of up to $1,400. So, if you've received yours, then great, you're good to go. If you didn't, and you're not sure if you're eligible, well, let me just answer this one question for you. Look at this. It says, what are the requirements to receive an IRS special payment? It says most taxpayers who were eligible for stimulus checks already received them. It says the current IRS payments will go to qualified taxpayers who filed a 2021 tax return but left the recovery rebate credit data field blank or wrote 0. In this case, the taxpayer was eligible for the payment and did not claim it. Those are the people that are getting the up to $1,400 stimulus checks. But if you've yet to file your 2021 federal tax return and you weren't, again, doesn't matter if you put 0 or not, then chances are you are likely going to get one. So if you didn't get one yet, you still could. All right. So just know those $1,400 stimulus payments, they have gone out, but there's still more people that are likely eligible that have yet to file. So that's the first big announcement from the IRS. Here's the next one. The IRS announces the 2025 tax filing season. I want to address this because as of right now, as of today, January 15th, you can actually start filing. But the IRS isn't going to process these. Let me go ahead and read this to you right here. It says, when are taxes due? It says, while the IRS won't begin processing returns until late January, you can submit your return now on the agency website, and it will automatically be filed on January 27th. Employers and financial institutions have until the end of January 31st, to provide individuals with W-2 and 1099 forms for 2024. Meaning that even if you are still waiting, right, for your W-2, again, you can start the whole process. You just can't put in any of that key information, your income yet, until you get your W-2. Some experts say start filing now if you've had a child, you bought a home, you college, tuition, whatever, right? Any of these big events, you got married, right? Any of these big events happened, go start your taxes. And then when it's time, you get your W-2 or your 1099 forms, that is when you can go and finish off and process your return. Okay? So again, that's what we know there. As for when we have to file by, well, for most people, it is April 15th, 2025. That is a Tuesday, and it will be local time. Now, here's the next thing, okay? A lot of people wait until the last minute. But if you are waiting till the last minute, chances are you're a business owner. You have to pay taxes. If you're going to get money back, the best thing to do is to file your tax return early, get your money as soon as possible so that you can start using it. You can invest it, whatever you need to do. But if you wait until the very end and then you file, again, the IRS is just holding on to your money. You're not getting any interest on it. So what's really the point there? Now, here's another big one. Most people don't even know what this is. Okay? But I want to show it to you. This says the IRS issues student loan match guidance. Save for retirement while repaying student loans. Now, what does this mean? Well, President Biden signed this under the Secure 2.0 Act. And what this is pretty much entailing is the IRS now has given guidance where companies, your businesses, right? Your employer, let's say they have a price match where they match your, not price match, a retirement match where they match your 401k contributions. Let's say you put in $100 a month and they go and match $100 a month. Well, based off of what we now know through the IRS guidance that is given us recently, and based off of President Biden signing that Secure 2.0 Act, now if you have student loan payments, okay, which you are now required to start paying on, let's say you put in $100 a month in student loan payments, okay? But by doing that, now you can't put any money into that 401k contribution. So now your employer doesn't actually match anything. Well, based off of what we now know is that the IRS allows student loan payments to be matched. So if you are making $100 payments into your student loans, guess what? Your employer can actually match that $100, but they can put it into their contribution of your 401k. So again, you are saving for retirement while repaying your student loans. This is something that President Biden and the Biden administration thought would be a good thing, because now, instead of people just saving for retirement simply because, well, they get a match from their employer, now the government says, no, you can pay off your student loans, and any amount that you pay on your student loans, your employer can match that, legally match that, and you don't have to contribute a penny into your retirement plan. You can simply pay off your student loans. So that's the other big thing that is happening this year as well. So I know a lot of people are wondering, are we going to see any big changes? Are we going to see changes to our taxes? Are we going to see the child tax credits increase? Are they going to go back to $1,000? Will they stay at $2,000? Or is there a chance we could see the child tax payment, the child, kind of this incentive here to have more children? Could we see this jump to $3,600 per child? There's still a chance of that, but again, we don't know for sure. All we know right now is we are just 5 days away from Donald Trump becoming the 47th president of the United States, meaning that the Trump administration will be running things. We also know Republicans will have the majority in the House. Well, they technically do right now, and they will have the majority in the Senate as well. Again, big things are coming. We are going to see some changes, but what those changes look like and when they happen, that we don't know exactly. All I can tell you right now is I will be here every step of the way, and I will fill you in on all the latest news and updates. But as of today, that is what we know. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.